So this is the 2018 paper, also extract 25 here. So where are, oh, I've lost it again. Where did I put it? Is it that one? Is it that one? Is it that one? Oh, I've lost it. I found it. Okay, sorry, people watching the video. So in comes Malvolio and Fabian, and this is long awaited, the moment where Malvolio is going to find out what really went on, who's going to get in trouble about the joke. So it's a frisson of anticipation. And Malvolio's first line, "Madam, you've done me wrong." That is shocking for a way for him to talk to the his social superior there, to the Countess. So an immediate accusation there. And because he's mad, maybe he might get away with it a bit more as well. You know, have I, Malvolio? No, clearly you are bonkers. And so then he produces what he thinks is proof, the letter. Make sure you've got a thing around the letter. Peruse that letter. I have proof. And a lot of people write about not trusting your senses, or, you know, you think you know everything, but you don't know everything. And he puts up, you know, it's obviously yours. Why did you do it? Why have you given me, you know, clear hints that you favoured me and told me all these instructions? And I did what you said in an obedient hope. And I quite like the word obedient there. It wasn't quite obedient, was it? It was more like, I'm in. He wasn't just being a servant. He was being a bit more. Anyway, why have you suffered? So all is, don't write much. Don't use the word repetition as your master insight. It's the accusations, repeated accusations. Why have you suffered? He's asking her these questions, and he's absolutely sure of his ground. And we know, we're in the audience, we know he's about to have the rug pulled from under him, and it makes it even better. So he ends with, tell me why. And just because it's all written together, it doesn't all go together. So alas, Malvolio, this is not my writing. It's like a puncturing of a huge balloon. And I can't think of, there's a kind of modern word that I've heard that is like, it's not quite gutted, it's another one like, you know, you fell for it, you're an idiot, that word, whatever it is. And then she has a look at the letter and has a look, oh, it does look like my writing, but it's Maria's handwriting. So that's the point. You want a reaction. If you're making a film, you want a reaction of Malvolio. Maria tricked you. It was her told me you were mad. But she says, don't worry, when we know what's gone on, when we know the reasons and the authors, the people who've made up this trick, you will be the prosecution, the plaintiff, the complainer, and the judge. I'll let you judge the case. So Fabian has to leap in. So presumably people are pretty worried. They don't want Malvolio judging it. So Labian, sorry, I don't mean to be rude. Fabian leaps in with, good madam, hear me speak. I'll sort this out. We don't want him doing any judging. I'll just sort it out. You know, you're about to get married. We don't want this to taint the lovely weddings that happen. Let's just sort it all out. Myself and Toby set this device against Malvolio here. And Maria wrote the letter. So he's admitted it all. And then we have he's married her. It's just a throwaway line. But in a way, Mariah has now managed what Malvolio didn't. So not only did she trick him, but she's got a rich man now. And then it's a sportful malice. It wasn't really, you know, it wasn't anything bad. It was just sportful. And we're only joking. We're only plucking on. You might not agree with that. You might think it was pretty horrible at the time. And you'll laugh about it. We don't need any revenge because there's been injuries on both sides. So he's kind of trying to smooth over the waters. Now, who is Olivia speaking to here? I think it's Malvolio. because he's the one who's been baffled and Feste hasn't been baffled. So she's calling him a fool like we use the word fool. Oh. And then, so that's the revenge of Sir Toby, Mariah and anyone else who wants it, actually. This is Feste saying why he got involved. So he says, some are born great, some are cheap. That's what he wrote in the letter. So he's quoting from his own letter and saying, I was Sir Topaz. So now Malvolio can see that actually Feste tricked him as well. And he then quotes what Malvolio said in Act 1, Scene 4. Why do you laugh at such a barren rascal? If you don't smile, he's gagged, he's got no power. And that clearly really needled Feste. And he says, look, the whirligig of time brings in his revenges. I've got my revenge for you saying that to me. So that's him explaining why he did it. So you've got the Malvolio versus Sir Toby arc, and you've got the Malvolio versus Feste act. And then famously, his famous last line, which is sort of not quite a resolution to the story. He's promising he's going to be revenged. So in the theatre, you can do it as, I have got my eye on the time if anyone's worried. In the theatre, you can do it as everyone falls about laughing. What, him? He's got no power. He's just so ridiculous. Look how stupid he is. As he goes off, they all fall about laughing. Or you can do it as a, ooh, 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 don't know what's going to, you know, you can leave it a bit more, not quite happy ending there. It's up to you. I think in our production, we went for a happy ending, and they do in the Globe one as well. And you've got to end with Olivia's final line, he's been most notoriously abused. That's her kind of verdict. And then that's shut up, and they go back to the happy weddings instead. So where did Jenny go wrong? Let's just go, I'll explain. You go through it thinking, right, he's brought in, starts off with him being brought in and him actually setting out his case. It moves to Olivia revealing that it wasn't her handwriting, she's got nothing to do with it. Maybe you might want to call this, you know, I don't think I do want one yet. You then move to Fabian's rescuing the situation. And so you might say it's moving up and up towards this climax, Feste leaping in and saying why he did it, why he wanted to get revenge, and climaxing with Malvolio's promise of revenge, and then Olivia delivering her verdict. And Jenny Doder wrote all that in her essay, but she didn't write it all in one paragraph at the beginning. And I think that they were too bloody lazy to realise she'd done it. Because when they first set this paper, they used to say, you've just got to do the shape of the extract. Then they've moved to saying you need to do it at the beginning. So if I show you, oh, I hate the way I can't see the other things up there. Hang on, I'll just show you. Look at the Doder case study. I'll go back to the Doder case study here. I'd like to show you the chief examiner's comments. You can read it all. You can read what she put. You can read, I've got it all here. Her U to B whole paper. I've typed it up somewhere because her writing was really, you can read what I put. You can read my angry appeal. But here's the chief examiner's comments. Oh, I don't like it. Hold on, page 1 of 2. That's question 2. Question 6. Oh. Oh no, it is question 2. I beg your pardon. There. Blah, 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 blah. Look, while this student was able to write about some of the comedic aspects in the extract, she didn't really engage with the twists and turns of what's taking place here dramatically. There wasn't a clear sense of the extract's narrative shape, From Malvolio's pitiful and combative entrance, his accusatory confrontation with Olivia, blah, 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 replaying what led to his gulling, Olivia's half-apologetic realisation that the letter's not, and revelation that the letter's been written by Maria, suggesting he can be the plaintiff and judge, Fabian's confession and attempt at reconciliation, his casual disclosure that Toby and Mariah are married, the shift in tone with Feste's unabashed joy in reenacting Malvolio's gulling, Malvolio's angry exit and pledge of revenge, and finally Olivia's sympathetic final line and judgment that Malvolio has been notoriously abused. So you have to do that paragraph. And ever since then I've said, right, you've got to start off with that paragraph. But what's really bothered me about this answer was that we were right, it was like a B, and they gave it a U, and then he's told me everything that's wrong with it. This letter should say, oh my God, you were so right. How come we thought it was a U? It's just, yeah, you're right, it's a B, not a U, but let me tell you everything that's wrong with it. And I'll tell you why I think that is now. It's because 99% of appeals are rejected. So the template is tell them what's wrong with it and then say what's right with it afterwards, if you know what I mean. So anyway, that is why and where you must put that first. So let me come back to you and let me stop recording. Stop recording.